Hey guys, how's everybody doing? So, I've had some questions come up where people have asked how I'm streaming Xbox. I'm not using PC at all. I am using just my Xbox to do all my game streams. I started out using Discord and streaming my gameplay from Discord onto my Mac and then using something like screen capture to bring that video into OBS, and I use OBS as my broadcast software. So that was okay. The quality wasn't the greatest. Audio sucked. No matter everything I tried, the audio was just absolutely horrible. So what I ended up doing is finally just breaking down, spend 150 bucks, maybe 200 bucks, and just got a capture card. With the capture card, you're able to just take that video and that audio from the Xbox straight into my Mac and use that. I was able to use that. It captures everything. The pass through is 4K, I think 60 hertz or 60 frames per second. The output to the Mac is only like 1080p, 60 frames, something like that. So it's still really good. The quality is great. The biggest thing that I've struggled with is getting my camera quality good. Tried multiple different webcams. Nothing really turned out like I wanted. So what I ended up doing is, since I use a Mac, I was able to just hook my iPhone up, and that's what I'm recording on right now. Is I'm just using the camera on my iPhone, and it just works. It's kind of the perks of using Apple products. I know some people hate Apple. I was one of those people for a long time. But yeah, you just hook your iPhone up to your Mac, and you get a really great quality picture recording for you. I still haven't gotten to the point where I want to break down and get a digital SLR camera and use Cam Link and all that stuff, because then you're five, six, $700 in, when I can just use things that I have now, like the phone, the iPhone. From there, I had USB mics. They were okay, but they weren't great. I wanted to go XLR. I wanted to get something that gave me almost studio quality audio sound. So I did go with a Rode Pod mic. Everybody's using them. I think the Shure SM7B is overkill for what we do. So the Pod mix is great. It's $100 brand new. But if you go to Sweetwater, that's where I buy the majority of all of my audio recording stuff. They have the Pod mics for like $60 in their used gear shop. So check them out. Sweetwater is where I got all of my audio stuff. From there, just a basic Sweetwater XLR cable. This is an MXL boom. It's really cool. It's got a channel built into it so that you can feed your cables directly into the boom. So it's out of the way. You don't have to do the twisting of the cable thing and whatnot. From there, I started out with an M Game, soundboard, which was cool because it had XLR input. It had a regular 3.5 millimeter jack, so I could hook like my iPad up to it. Had a digital optic in, so I could go from my TV straight into that, and it would capture the sound off of gameplay sound out of the Xbox. Excuse me. But that's $60 or $70 soundboard. It's really cheap. Cool idea, great concept, poor quality. It like the old saying goes, you get what you pay for. So after using that for about a month, I decided it wasn't working great. You go back and look at some of my old YouTube pictures or videos from about a month ago, and you'll see that the audio quality was just crap. So I ended up taking that back, returned it, and went back and forth. I looked at Focusrite, the Scarletts by Focusrite, all kinds of different stuff. After talking with the guys at Sweetwater, I ended up settling on a Universal Audio Volt 1. It's an amazing product. Probably see a picture here somewhere. I'll put it up there so you guys can see it. It's really cool. The quality, when you're recording audio, it's not just about how much you spend on a microphone. You do want a really good quality microphone, but it's not just you know, you have a really expensive mic, you put it into a cheap audio interface, and you're still going to end up with problems. So, and that was my issue. I had a decent mic, but audio still kind of sucked, and a lot of that was due to using a cheap interface. So went with the Universal Audio Volt 1. It's still pretty cheap compared to some of the stuff out there. You can spend anywhere from $50 to several $1,000s. The UA Volt 1, it only costs 130, 140 bucks, something like that. Yeah, so I use that as my audio interface, and then what I'm wearing right now is my Rode NTH 100s. I like Rode products; they work really great. So I went with the NTH 100 headset. Then I bought an extended or a longer audio cable. I think this one's like, I don't know, 8 feet or something, probably thereabouts. Kind of expensive. It's about 25 bucks, but for an audio cable. But it does have the lock in it because Rode has a proprietary lock at the bottom here that goes into the headset. And then from there, you kind of struggled a little bit with a mixer software. M Audio provided a piece of software when you use the M Game soundboard, but Universal Audio, when you buy it, they give you a whole crap ton of different software to download, but none of it was like a mixing soundboard and a routing software in one. So I looked at like the SteelSeries Sonar. Great concept. Again, that would have been perfect for what I needed, but it's not available on Mac. It's only available on PC. So I ended up going with who makes it? It's the Caster Live, and Caster Live is made by. Oof, I knew I was gonna forget this. Well, I'll look it up later. But I went with Caster Live. Provides everything that I need. It's a soundboard, or it's a mixing board software, and also helps give you virtual outputs so you can do routing. So my gameplay audio comes over the capture card, goes into Caster Live as an input. My Volt 1 for the microphone, that goes into Caster Live as another input. And then you have other things you can do. You can capture application audio, system audio, all that stuff out of the Mac. So if you want to play music from iTunes or Spotify, things like that, you can just make them into separate audio inputs. So Caster Live solved all my problems when it came to routing audio, making inputs, outputs, things like that. So look it up. Don't know if it's available for PC. I think it is, but when it came to doing it on Mac, worked for me. There's probably something way better quality. I searched around for several hours to find software to do what I needed it to do. So worked great for me. But with that being said, yes, I use a Mac for streaming my everything. I use OBS as my broadcast software. Stream Elements when it comes to overlays. This little logo right there. Using Stream Elements makes it so much easier. I've used Own Pro. Own Pro's cool, but it's kind of very overwhelming. If you just want to get an overlay from them and use their overlays and not really customize it, sure, Own Pro works for that. And you can customize all you want, but Stream Elements works way better. So much easier to make custom overlays, and it's all free, so you can't complain about that. I also use Botrix, Botrix. Botrix is pretty cool. It allows you to do a lot of things when it comes to OBS. So you can go in and you can add all kinds of different docs. You can do multi-chat. So, for instance, I stream to Kick, YouTube, and Twitch all at one time. And using Botrix for like a multi-chat works great. So you have one window open, and it'll show you the chat for all your different platforms that you're streaming to. Another thing that's really cool with Botrix is you've got your bot moderation. It's all done through Botrix, so um, all the chat moderation stuff is already taken care of for you. You can do donations, you can do different widgets, all kinds of things. If you watch my streams, you'll see viewer counters at the bottom. One for Kick, YouTube, and Twitch. They're all on there, and that's all through Botrix. So give them a look. It's all free. Doesn't cost you anything. They do have a premium feature that you can do. I don't use it, but it's there. It's fairly cheap. I think the first tier is only like $2 a month, all the way up to $10 a month, just depending on how much stuff you want. So, yeah, look into them. It was really helpful with all the stuff that they offer. From there, that's really it. You can, when streaming console, especially off the Xbox, Discord's built into Xbox, so you can stream your game straight to Discord. You can do a screen capture in OBS. I don't recommend it. You're really going to bog down your network. And the quality's not the greatest. I think it's only 720p, 30 frames per second or something like that. So, if you can't afford the capture card, sure, do it. Just don't expect great things out of it. That's where to start, really, is a capture card. What's cool with the Razer Ripsaw HD capture card is it does have audio input and output on the capture card, and you don't have to buy anything fancy like you do with Elgato HD60 series stuff. You have to buy the chat link cable on top of the capture card, whereas with the Razer Ripsaw HD, it's got two inputs on the front of it. One is for audio out, one's for audio in. So look into that. I think it's $150. It's cheaper than the Elgato for sure. I think the Elgato is around $200, so you'll save a little bit of money, but it does work out great. From there, I use Discord too. When I got into XLR mics and stuff like this, I got away from using Xbox chat and in-game chat, stuff like that, and just strictly went to Discord. So it does kind of suck because anytime we get somebody new, we have to kind of walk them through setting up a Discord account if they don't have one already, and then showing them how to link their Xbox account with Discord. But once you get it linked, it's there. You don't have to mess with it at all. So look into that. That one is a great one as well. So from there, man, I really don't think there's anything extra. I use a Dell 32-inch monitor that's horizontal. I'm sure somebody knows the actual name for putting it straight up and down. I don't know what to call it. I know you got landscape. Oh, and portrait, maybe that's what it is, portrait mode. So that one goes up straight up and down, so that I can have my stream elements in one window, my OBS in another window. I can stack my windows. Gives me a little bit more work room. I do have a portable monitor off the side, and that I'll put Caster Live on that so that I can make adjustments to sound as needed. But really, once you get your sound set up and your sound levels to where you want, you don't have to mess with them. But I'll put Caster Live on that. Discord I'll put over there so that I can see my chats, my game chats and stuff on the servers that I run. One of the things is we do have a text channel on my server, so guys will throw text up there and whatnot. Other than that, trying to think of what that that website's called. There is a plugin that I downloaded for OBS. I have to look it up. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll look it up and put it in the comments later. But there's a plugin for OBS that you can do multi-stream. If you do want to stream to multiple platforms, you have to look at a couple of different things. One is your upload speed. You need about 16 megabits per second per platform. So I do YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. Each one needs about 16 megabits per second. So, or I think it's gigabits per second, 16 gigabits per second. So you need about 48 to go to all three of them. So keep that in mind. If you don't have great upload speeds, you can just use something like Restream. Not sure if it costs. I think it costs money, but I'm not 100% certain on that. But Restream works. That's what most of the big guys use is Restream. I've got great internet here, even though it's Comcast. Their download and upload speeds are great. So I just use that plugin in OBS for multi-stream, and that allows me to stream to all three platforms at one time. You can't beat it, you know, unless you need something like Restream. So that really does it. Other than that, man, I can't really think of what else I use. I don't use any fancy lights. What's cool about using the iPhone with the Mac is you can use portrait mode, center stage, all the stuff that's built into Apple video products. So like right now I have studio light turned on, so I don't need any additional white lighting. I can turn that off, and that's what it looks like with studio lights off. Turn it on, focus is on me. You got portrait mode, you can turn portrait mode on and off. I don't use portrait mode that often. I actually use in OBS, I use background removal, which is another plugin you can add. Background removal removes, you can go to just a little blur, or you can remove the entire background. But using the Apple, you got center stage on here, so the camera, well, sometimes, it's not going to do it now, but the camera will follow you around, so you will zoom out, zoom back in. You don't need any fancy software. You don't need any fancy camera. You just USB to, or lightning to USB-C, and it records, or it just links the camera up perfectly. So things to look at that you need: a console stream, capture card. Start there. Start with capture card. You can use a regular wired headset, or you can use a wireless headset. It doesn't matter, but capture card is step one. From there, if you want to upgrade your microphone, you can get a USB-C or a USB mic. I used the HyperX Quadcast for a long time, but if you know, it worked great. But if you really want to step your game up and get better mic quality, XLR mics, pod mics, probably the best entry level microphone you can use, because like I said, you can pick them up for $60. From there, your audio interface, don't skimp out. You know, anything under $100 is not going to give you great quality. So spend $150, $200 thereabouts. Like I said, the Universal Audio Volt 1, it's geared more towards professional music quality, recording quality. So you're getting professional grade equipment for doing a little bitty YouTube stream channel. So get a good interface. The Volt 1 is amazing. Focusrite has some stuff that's geared towards streamers. You might want to look at that. Stay away from the Scarlett. I've heard a lot of bad things about the Scarlett from Focusrite, but UA Volt 1 for $140, $150, you can't beat it. It's got phantom power if you got a real power hungry mic. Yeah, I'm super happy with it. Audio quality is amazing. But that's really it. All in all, $100, $150, there's $250. The boom mic, this is an MXL. I should have got the Rode one, but this is an MXL boom mic. I really do like it. I wish it had some better anti-vibration stuff, and that's what sucks about the pod mic is nobody makes an anti-vibration holder for the pod mic. There probably is one out there. Look a little harder. But from there, yeah, man, $250, $400 with the capture card, because that was $150. So you got $400, $100 for the boom. So $500, maybe $20 for the XLR cable. But look at Sweetwater, because you can always get deals, you know, with a mic and cable setup, so on and so forth. And then things like this Rode cable, it's expensive. Not gonna lie, $25, $30 for this, but it's green. I like green. It matches all my stuff. So if any of you have any questions about how my setup is, what software I use, I'll try to get everything linked out so you guys can see it. And I'll put some pictures up in this recording so that you guys can kind of see how my setup is. If you have any questions, just drop a comment down below, and when I get around to it and I see it, I'll answer it to the best of my ability. But for now, guys, I'll see y'all later. Have fun streaming. Like I said, you can start out cheap. There's a lot of free stuff out there, a lot of lower end stuff that you can do, and that's where I started. I started there, and then I just got tired of it and just bought better grade equipment. So just drop a comment and I'll do the best I can to answer it. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you all like it. Subscribe, hit the bell, come join my streams. Yeah, so have a good one, guys.